The assailant wore weird underpants.
Is it?
Oh.
Flexi, we're live, mate. We're live. You need to do your vocal warm-ups before this. Come on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Moving on.
That's it. Welcome to the Game on Oz podcast. We got a cast of 5 tonight. I had to look at the screen and count them. That's at least I can do it without taking my shoes off, so that's a win for me. I am Str8JaktJim, and I am joined by Reflex, other way, Reflex up there, HeckBirb the other way, and Kaiju-Kai. How are we all going, guys?
Hello.
Can't complain. Cold as hell now, but that's New Zealand for you.
Yeah, doing good. Doing good.
Nice. So, yeah, just quickly, Kaiju-Kai or just Kai, or the person formerly known as Eriond, for those of you playing along at home, and HeckBirb, part of our GOA members program. So this is a program that we have where you pay $11 a month, just $11 a month, and $1 of that goes to charity. And you get access to things like special discount codes from our partners, like Lenovo Legion. They just put in an offer to us for, I think it's buy a laptop and get free pizza for a year. That's pretty good. That's access to our GOA members. You can sign up and do that.
Wait, free pizza for a year?
Yeah, I know.
I must have missed that email.
Yeah, it was just posted in our special. That's a good segue. Thank you so much for that. It was posted in our very special GOA members only Discord chat channel too, so you get that. You also get access to some mentoring too, should you choose to take that up. So you can take a mentoring session for 6 weeks with one of our Game on Oz crew members here. So, but yes, so they've joined us tonight. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining on the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
But yes,
I snuck into the side.
that's it. Yeah, Reflex with the late edition.
I'm very late.
Yeah. Also very additional. Yes, that works. I think. No, but yeah,
Why does it hurt?
My brain works so good. But yeah. Moving on. So yeah, so both we'll start with HeckBirb. How are you going? What brought you to GOA, and what do you do with yourself?
Well, I actually come across GOA via a raid with the Merlin Mumba channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one night she just decided to do a raid on GOA while I think Menthy was on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've just decided that night to sign up because I saw like the benefits and just the advice you guys were giving was just amazing.
Oh, nice.
I was like, yeah, I need that to help help with my game.
Oh, glad,
yeah, well, at the moment, what I'm doing with myself is well just trying to get my stream up and running properly and working as a bartender. I'm actually in between jobs though because work's kind of dried up where I was, so I'm on the hunt again. I'm doing a little bit of university work as well. I'm doing a diploma in community services on top of that, so
nice.
Got a bit going on, and training 2 birds on top of that.
Birds?
Birds or burbs?
Birds.
Yeah.
I've got a cockatiel and a green cheek conure that's special needs, and I actually had really exciting news with him. He's come forwards in like leaps and bounds in his training. He's just become so tame now, so I'm really happy. But the work's paying off.
What was the second one? What? Mac?
Green
I guess
cheek
breed. Sorry.
conure.
Green cheek.
They're
Okay.
a South American parrot. But yeah, just little clowns and birds' bodies. This one's just become chaos personified.
Yeah, I'm a clown in a man's body, so I can relate.
You're not a clown, Reflex. You're the whole circus.
Honk, honk,
That's not
Hang on,
very
sorry.
nice.
honk, honk.
Oh, here I am being nice.
This is Reflex. Reflex is semi-nice sometimes.
I can be nice when I'm not talking to Eriond. Sorry, Kaiju-Kai.
Or Kai.
Yeah.
So do you
Love you,
stream?
buddy.
Do you stream under HeckBirbPlays as well?
HeckBirbPlays, yes. I stream under that.
Nice.
Is that related to the bird training?
Yes. My plans are, well, I can get the cockatiel to sit on my shoulder, but I'd have to wear these so he doesn't attack my earlobes at random.
Gotcha.
God forbid I sneeze or I scratch my other ear.
Yeah.
So I just want to get them tame enough that they can actually join me for the streams.
Sit on your shoulder.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah,
So
well,
she-
actually my cockatiel Skylar I refer to as the OG HeckBirp because he's the feisty one. He's the one that he'll have a go if he doesn't like you.
Yeah. I feel if you're going to have a bird sitting on your shoulder, though, you need to play like Assassin's Creed Black Flag or Sea of Thieves or something like that, just to really fulfill
Anything
the
pirate
experience.
themed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Yeah, it'd be great.
if you're in Twitch chat at the moment, or even if you're listening to us wherever you listen to good podcasts on Fridays, give HeckBirbPlays a follow. I've chucked the shout out in chat. Go give her a follow. See how
Thank
she goes.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm on the race to 50 followers.
Nice. It's refreshing to see a new type of entertainment brought to Twitch that isn't your generic hot tub stream with someone with a bird. That's good.
Yeah, I was actually inspired by Merlin Mumba.
Oh.
She's actually got 2 lizards as well as the 3 cockatiels.
Oof.
So they all have their turn out. And
Yeah,
people
because at the
just
same time I
and
can
it's
see the
good
nice
though
stuff.
because it brings in a wider group of people because like the Merlin Mumba community is also a community where we're very supportive of each other. So like if there's like mental health stuff going on or and we're like a very LGBTQIA plus community friendly group. So it's pretty much everyone's welcome. More or less, and yeah, I've
Nice.
kind of carried that on with my streams as well. So, yeah,
That's good. Yeah. No, we like we're friendly for everybody. You know.
Yes.
We want.
yes, because well, gaming is for everyone.
That's right.
Absolutely.
For everybody
Absolutely.
and anybody. Just quickly, the link I chucked in chat for HeckBirbPlays, is that right? Can you see HeckBirbPlays?
Yes,
Okay.
that's it. Yep, that's correct. I can see it here.
Okay.
Oh,
I
we now
gotta love
got
that.
27
They will-
followers.
They will last enjoying Red Dead Redemption 2 until the grief has come along. It got a little bit R-rated in the language when that happened.
It's the full stop at the end.
Oh,
Putting
there
in.
we go. That's what it was. My fault. That's what I was put a full stop
Oh.
at the end. Damn, that's alright. But
Oh,
It sucks being correct all the time, isn't
Oh,
it?
no,
Just
it's
trying to
so
type
hard.
things out, proper grammar, and it's like, get out, stop
yeah.
it.
I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. But... So moving from
shit.
someone very, very new to the Goa community, we're going to have a chat with Kaiju-Kai, or just Kai, or formerly Eriond. For those who've been around the Goa community for a lot, Eriond / Kaiju-Kai has been with us for a few years now, and he's also part of the Goa member program. How are you going?
I'm going really good, thanks. Yeah, I've been in the GOA community for almost 4 years now.
Nice.
So
Longer than I've been here.
yeah, so and especially during a formative time in my years where just a lot of the legends in Goa have really helped shape me up into being an adult, a mature and responsible adult foremost, but have also very much shaped just a lot of my thinking, humor, and all the other things that come with it.
Oh, that's good. Glad to have you here joining us tonight.
Thank you. Yes.
What are you up to at the moment? What are you playing at the moment?
What am I playing? Well, while I stay here, I've been getting heavily into a Switch. I got a Switch recently. I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, which is just a fantastic game, and I'm like, oh, I wish I'd gotten into it sooner. What else was there? There was also some Diablo 3 on the Switch. A majority of it is Switch games, but I do have my Xbox, and I tried out the demo for a new JRPG coming out called Scarlet Nexus,
Okay.
which is actually really good. It's a cyberpunk themed JRPG. Very interesting concepts that it puts down. So, yeah.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm
Worth a look.
not big into my JRPGs. Not because I don't like them, but because they're time sinks. And
They are a huge time sink. As anyone from Goa knows, not only am I king of the weebs, but I'm a huge JRPG enthusiast. I've got like Final Fantasy tattoos. I'm making my own like Final Fantasy inspired game. I'm all about the JRPGs. It is very much my area of expertise and love.
I was watching a video today, actually. The Completionists released their 400th episode, and it's on Final Fantasy VIII, and so completely finishing that. And I don't know why he puts himself through it, because just finishing a game like that is just so long and arduous. But trying to complete it and get everything is just, that sounds like torture to me.
It's nuts. Even the shorter ones for Final Fantasy especially. Even the smaller titles like Final Fantasy 15 is regarded as mostly the smallest game content wise, and it still takes about 200 to 300 hours just to fully 100% that.
Jeez,
Truth.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Which I've done multiple times on multiple platforms.
I can't even find that much time to game.
I think the last game I put that like a lot of time in, I think I put about 70 hours into Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and maybe about 30 or 40 into Cyberpunk, but that was about it. And Cyberpunk, towards the end, I was just playing it to finish it, and then it got traded in, actually. Yeah.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive, 2,240 hours.
Ooh.
It's not bad.
Impressive. I sound like a casual player compared to you guys.
I regret every one of those hours.
I think probably the only game I've sunk a lot of time into recently has been like your Red Dead Redemption 2. I just keep coming back to it. I mean, I got Among Us. I've been playing Goose Duck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I had to stop playing it because I keep laughing. I keep laughing way too much.
I've seen that one pop up. What's that one about?
It's basically Among Us, but with waterfowl.
Oh.
And there's more roles in the game, like in each round, than what Among Us has. So, like, with Among Us, you have, like, your crewmates and your imposters. In Goose Duck, you got your geese, you got your mallards, which is, like, your imposters, and then you got the dodo bird, which, if you vote them out, they win. And then you got, like, all these smaller roles, so like an engineer, mechanics, stuff like that, and they have like different perks.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's just, for some reason I just find the game really hilarious to play, and I just cannot stop laughing.
Well,
Probably the real kicker for me is that you can purchase farts and use them in game. Yeah, so you can sit there and toot in game.
That
And it
sounds
is,
like my
yes.
sort of game, yeah.
Yeah. It's like this brings back memories of Booger Man on the Super Nintendo.
Let's be honest, no matter how old you are, everyone loves a good fart. Really. I mean, come on, man.
you.
The President of the United States. You know it. You know he's all, like, maybe not this one, he's losing his mind, but the rest of them, except the Orange Cheetah, the other guys, they all were all, like, professional and smart, but when they get out and they let one rip, you can tell they're like, I was powerful than man. I got this. Like, every time. 100%.
You can tell at some point they've gotten into an elevator full of Secret Service and let one rip and just sat there with a little smirk on their face until someone noticed. Yeah.
It's like, there's nothing you can do to stop this. I am the president.
Yeah. Oh, they have that kind of power.
I don't think
Oh,
I'm
great.
going to have that power. But we do have other things to talk about today.
Yes.
Yes. Although as entertaining as farts are, we could talk about them for hours. And that's not an invitation.
Completely
to
derail
fart
this.
and-
I would never.
No, I would
That's
though,
why.
so I had to think about it and
Ah,
stop
yeah,
someone
fair
else from doing it. We saw announced recently there's another Timesplitters game coming. So this was one I'm afraid I missed, so I don't know a whole lot about it. Lexi, you were saying you played it a bit?
Yeah, unfortunately there's not a lot known about it. I figured we'd probably know more by the time my receding hairline reaches the back of my head. And at the rate we're going, that should be sometime before October. However, they have had an article come out recently that Free Radical Design, which is a new Deep Silver studio, has basically been listening in the background and keeping their eyes on on everything, ears to the ground, wondering what's going on. And I'll read you the quick one paragraph. Free Radical Design, a new Deep Silver studio. You asked and we listened. We've been working on plans to bring the Timesplitters franchise back to life and are pleased to let you know that we are setting up a new Deep Silver development studio to do just that. Free Radical Design is reforming and will be headed up by industry and Timesplitters veterans Steve Ellis and David Doak. This is an exciting first step in the process. Development on a new game has not yet started, and we will update you when we have more news to share. So that's where we are right now.
So I was just like doing a bit of research and reading up on it myself. Yeah, it sounds like it might be a bit interesting. I've actually personally never heard of the game series before now.
What now?
That's like, yeah, I might have to do a little more.
They ran back from the EA.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they had the rights to it previously when EA went on a massive buying rampage and bought everyone about 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like they got the licensing rights back, and
good on them.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I like that a few things are being, if not taken away, then reclaimed from EA. Like, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and the fact that over the 7 years that EA have had the exclusive license, we've had 2 Battlefront games, a couple of mobile games, and Fallen Order. And of those 3, Fallen Order is definitely the best game out of that lot.
I'm still on Battlefront too.
I didn't like it. Got all right like after a few updates, but I'm not. I like campaigns with my game. Like multiplayer is the add-on you play at the end when you're done with the campaign for me.
Yeah. And
to have the first Battlefront had no single player, and then the second one sort of had a little bit there, but not a whole heap.
Yeah, you can finish that so quickly.
Oh yeah.
Like when I first got it, I pretty much finished it in one sitting. That it just went that quick. Probably doesn't help that in that game I've become like the headshot queen, but anyway, that kind of helps.
It doesn't help either that the new Battlefront games weren't even offline accessible. You have to constantly play them online, whereas the original Battlefront 1 and 2, you could play them offline, and they had, even though they were multiplayer, they had a multitude of multiplayer modes, everything from conquest to just your straight battles, so there was a lot of content.
Yeah.
I, for one, personally am just glad that EA didn't try and release something in the Timesplitters branch and royally fuck it up, because they've done that to 90% of the rest of the stuff they've acquired.
Yeah. Well, you know that the sad thing about it is that, like, we as people that play a lot of games and that have a great interest in games, we know the dislike of loot boxes and those gotcha mechanics that those sorts of games have, but it still sells a shit ton because people want to play Star Wars. Or even like people want to play FIFA or Madden or all those other sporting games that just rife with loot boxes, but they keep making money. If they didn't make money, they wouldn't put them in.
No.
But yeah. So for someone that has never played it before, Flexi, what was the original Timesplitters like?
It was good. It was like, obviously people are going to string me up and hang me for saying it was good. Like, I'm not going to get on all hands and knees and praise the Lord for it, because let's be honest, if I'm taking the cautious approach here, having watched what other re-releases of games have been like after viewing them through the rose-tinted glasses, that is time in history, and remembering them how they were when you were a teenager and or kid or whatever. things change. Things go in a different direction. But that said, if they stay true to the original Timesplitters style that they had before, then I think we'll be okay, because it was just fun. It took the whole it took the whole idea of running around and shooting your friends with ridiculously powerful laser guns and trip mines and all kinds of things, and it made it entertaining. But people like the original Unreal series, when you go on a massive killing rampage, you get multi-kill, monster kill, holy shit, and so on. And this one, you blow off one of your teammates' heads, or sorry, teammate, maybe the old me. If you blow off an enemy's head, hearing the announcer yell out lobotomy, that's just like, no other game does that. It's brilliant. It's just cartoonified violence without being over the top, but also being, entertaining enough that you can. Back when you would rent a game, you'd pop down to your local video store, rent the game on the Friday evening, drop it back Saturday or Sunday morning, and all you've done is played Timesplitters all weekend, and you do it all again the next weekend. It's just great, mindless fun.
Yeah, that's it, and it doesn't matter if it hasn't aged well. Like Dan, the internet, the normal half of the duo that's normally doing the podcast here. I remember a while back he went through and played GoldenEye with his kids again, and like I'm talking like the original N64 GoldenEye, not that leaked source that came out a little while back. That was all like nicely high res up and whatnot, and
the memories.
He's saying he enjoyed it. He wiped the floor with his kids and he loved it. But he said the game has not aged well because it's freaking like strafing was done on the C buttons on the N64 controller, and it was just it was not the best, he reckons. But we loved it. Like I remember going around mates' places and like you'd have the pizza in one hand and the controller in the other, so you could walk around and shoot at people. And but obviously old games are old for a reason. They don't age well sometimes. Well, newer technologies come along and make it better.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
But
and you actually start seeing the return of the games with the older style graphics as well. Like the Stardew Valleys
Yep, and remakes today that give you the option of switching between the old school graphics and new school, especially on the fly as well. I don't know those who are looking forward to the Diablo 2 remake. Those who have been into it and have been following from the get-go. It is fundamentally Diablo 2 running under a beautified layer on top. So the old school timing systems, which, obviously games run on a certain set of timing for how things happen. It's running on the original tick system that the old school Diablo 2 was running on. So if you had skills back then, they're going to be the same today, providing you're not too old and you haven't slowed down, because of human nature. But that's going to be the same, just looking a lot better, and you can apparently turn off the top layer that makes it pretty and play it as it was, if you want.
Perfection.
So I think it's a really nice touch.
I remember doing that with the Master Chief Collection. Did that with
on the fly you could switch between the HD. Dragon Quest 12 has a obviously it's beautiful rendered 3D rendering engine, but then you can just on the fly switch to 32-bit old school RPG style, which is just awesome.
Just as a reminder of where they came from to where they are now and how technology's advanced, you can now do that. I think it's awesome. More people need to do that.
Yeah, I must admit, I find it hard to judge that myself. Like, my eyes are pretty shit as they are anyway, and like, it took until getting a 65-inch TV before I could see the difference between standard definition and high definition TV. So it's my eyes are shit. But being able to see them side by side, but like that, like I remember. On the GameCube, they released a pack of Zelda games. I think I remember you had to like send away for it. You bought a few games and like had to cut off the barcodes and send them in, and then they sent you the game back. In fact, I have it. It's not on this one right That first GameCube game on the left.
That one?
No, on the right on the left. Like all the way
Oh,
on the
yeah,
left.
that one there? You want that out?
Yeah. No,
Marshmallow
Yeah.
game.
sorry.
Right on the left.
Yeah, right on the left.
Yeah.
It must be an
But,
Australian thing.
That's
Right?
it. But yeah,
We
this-
just have
this-
left and right. Yeah.
This one here.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I remember sending away for this, but this had a copy of Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time on it, and I remember at the time people were doing side by side comparisons between that and the Nintendo 64 version, but me just playing this, I couldn't see any difference, but side by side you could see there was, and that's where all that was going. So you waited that long for something that probably didn't really live up to the payoff. I don't know, just yeah.
What was on that Zelda promotional disc? Like, was it the game?
Yeah.
The whole game or a demo?
No, the whole thing. The whole thing. So it had
okay.
the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and the Master Quest. I think it was on.
Oh
here.
shit! Okay.
And Majora's Mask, plus a demo for Wind Waker. So that's a lot.
Okay. That's not bad for a cereal box claim.
For those of you that don't remember, this is a GameCube disc.
What the hell is that?
That's a GameCube disc.
That's the GameCube.
Oh
disc.
my goodness.
Mini CDs, because Nintendo always wanted their proprietary stuff to make it harder to pirate and whatnot.
I remember
Can it
when
fit one of these?
Probably not. I don't know. It doesn't tell
I'll
me
just
how
eat
big
it
it
in
is on there anyway.
It would. No, it 100% would. Those things are running on. They're so small.
Yeah.
I saw that
Just
flex.
Seriously.
Don't eat those, kids.
That's not candy.
I'm so abductable. I'm just gonna put that away.
So, no. I see the candy first before I get in the van. I'm not stupid, alright?
I don't know how to bargain. That's why I paid way too much for my house. Some say I still don't actually own it. There's some kind of contract or some shit. I don't know. I figured if you can open it with a hammer, it's yours.
Yes. Anyway, moving on. So, there's been
Oh, that was awkward.
yeah, that is very awkward, but that's okay. Awkward silences. We need to fill awkward silences. Especially for something that's going to end up on an audio-only format. We don't like awkward silences.
Hell yeah.
I'll put my shirt back on then.
Aww. So many good old games out there, though. You know, there's like, yes, I am moving on. Right, let's go. But last year we had the 35th anniversary of Mario, and 35th of Zelda, 25th of Pokemon. Recently, was it Halo had 20th anniversary as well?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the 20th.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Donkey Kong turns 40 this year. Pong turns.
There's an old ass gorilla.
Yeah, Pong turns 50 next year.
Jeez.
I think The Sims also had an anniversary recently too, like a pretty big one.
And I think
And they still have no upper body strength to get out of a pool without a ladder in it.
That would have been the 15th anniversary of Sims, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
and 30th of Sonic as well. So many game anniversaries.
Truth.
And there's a bunch of big ones coming out
Oh,
later this
yeah.
year for Bethesda.
That's showing my age now.
Yeah, if we weren't really worried about how old we were, let's just get slapped
Now we
right in
are.
the field.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, do these game anniversaries really matter all that much? You know, like I think that like people want to celebrate them, but you end up with something like the Mario 35th anniversary, which was a little bit hodgepodge, really. But the highlights of it, the Super Mario 3D All Stars, which you can't buy anymore because Nintendo decided to make it time limited, and that ended on the 31st of March. And they had that Mario Battle Royale, which also ended on the 31st of March. And there was
I mean, if I'm going to get something out of an anniversary, I hope to hell Team Fortress doesn't have an anniversary, because I don't need another fucking hat. Right? I'm over hats. I've got one hanging there, and that's all I need. Sick of hats.
Good
Well,
thing
no, you
my
need
hat
at
rack's
least one-
not hanging in the background then.
You need at least one
Yeah,
more
it's
for
in
your
the picture.
pillow. Yes, that pillow. Yeah. But yeah, no, like games.
No,
No, please, keep talking.
I'm mesmerised by So for those of
I
you who
totally
can't
want to get
see-
one of those to give to my mum with just my face
Yeah.
on it.
Reflex
Make it even weirder and send it one with my face.
Reflex
Well, I
has
actually.
Oh, come on. Why now?
Reflex has a pillow with his face on it. If you've been in his stream, it's a talking point. And now he's put headphones and a hat on the pillow.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Mwah, beautiful. But
I'm on podcast. I did text you.
hi, Mrs. Reflex.
Hi, Mrs. Reflex.
Hi, Mrs. Reflex.
Hi.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Glad you're wearing clothes this time. OnlyFans? Oh, that's mine. I got rejected. Never mind. Moving on.
But yes, but I'm going to bring this back on topic sooner or later.
Okay.
But yeah, but you know, games anniversaries sound fun, but like, do you want to just release half-baked crap? Like, Zelda's 35th anniversary sort of came and went, and the best we got was Aonuma at the end of a Nintendo Direct popping up and saying, "Surprise! This is not a Breath of the Wild 2 announcement. Here's Skyward Sword port that's coming." So and yeah, 2020 was a shit show as far as devs go, and it's kind of why we haven't really seen any sort of, well, only a handful of really big AAA titles. And yes, those headphones did just pop off your pillow.
It flew. They fucked right off. They flew.
But
Wow.
but yeah, but like, I don't really care much. Like, it might be a thing about getting older where I don't really care for birthdays anymore. Like, I don't want reminders that I'm getting older. But if you give me presents anytime, I would really like that. Kind of like video games. Like, if you give me a good video game, I don't care what date you release it on.
Just so long as it's finished and works.
Yeah,
And not from EA.
Cyberpunk.
that is true. Yeah, Cyberpunk.
Nice shirt. At least they finished that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Imagine they didn't finish the merch like shirts. You just have two nipples pointing out. For some reason, you've only got one. Where'd the second one come from?
Give me about 2 minutes and I can have that happen for you.
Oh,
All right.
goodness.
That's for your OnlyFans. But yeah, no, like, I think I haven't actually looked into much about it, and I really need to play it because I've never played the original Mass Effect games. But the remasters, that they've done recently, they seem to be reasonably well received. In that, I haven't heard anybody saying really bad things about it.
I've never played them.
Yeah.
No. All I know is there was that one release that they had, which was a spin-off where their faces didn't move and a bunch of people got up in arms. And I was
Andromeda,
like,
yeah.
I looked at some of the videos. I was like, I mean, yeah, some of them are pretty fishy, but what do you want from a face?
It
It has eyes, a mouth, and a nose. It does its job.
It's not that Assassin's Creed one where half the face disappeared and you just had the eyes on the stalks. And
Yeah.
that's
If it was that would be a bigger problem.
The remake of
that's
2 where
fair.
the eyes were just like 3 times as big as normal to begin with, that was funny.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Lukey bangers, I love the father and son vibe we have going on there.
That's great.
Ooh.
I'm assuming he's meaning me and you.
Yes, he made yes.
Yeah.
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 Not-
Because it's
not-
definitely
not-
not me and Bird.
No, that's...
Wait, that way. There we go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I want the games, I don't want the anniversaries. But,
Well, with the Sims, all we got was just like a bunch of extra objects. There's
what would you do for an anniversary for The Sims, though? Because a bunch of objects kind of sounds like...
bringing
it
back
fits the
horses would be good for the Sims
Yes.
4.
Well,
That
they're
was the only
working.
They had
reason I
horses.
played the Sims 3.
They're working on The Sims 5, so theoretically speaking,
Yeah,
they could bring
they might.
it back for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
But-
So
think
they're
like
gonna
with the
re-release
Sims
the same
3, it was
expansions.
just I
Maybe.
think with the Sims 3, it was just like too resource intensive to be able to run the stuff with the horses.
I mean, when you literally had like 60 or 70 different DLCs for
One
like
game.
a shirt, it got a bit weird. And then like,
Yeah.
oh, we're bringing out another Sims game. Like, couldn't you just add more shit to the one you've already... No, we're still going? Okay, cool. There it is. But I used to play The Sims a lot when I was a kid, but one of my previous partners was well and truly into The Sims, and It was when Sims Pets came out. Was that
Yeah.
2 or 3?
2.
Number 2 was the first time it come out. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I am old. Okay, yeah. So it was around then when that came out, and then 3 came out, and then 4 came out, and now they've got 5, and there's still like, I think it's how much is the they don't even have like a reduced price for some of the DLCs. They're all pretty much set at the same price, and it's not
Yeah,
a
it's
small
just-
amount of money.
And now they've got those kids, which
Oh, they're a kid. Okay, yep.
it's like we're paying how much for what now?
Yeah.
Again,
Eh,
Pets 3 expansion now with more cat. What the
Yes. Yes, because I've never bought game multiple times, considering on this one disc I've got Zelda 1 and Ocarina of Time, and I've got Zelda on the Nintendo there, and also on freaking the Wii Virtual Shop when that was around, and 5 copies of Ocarina of Time floating around somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Don't look at my Grand Theft Auto purchase history.
who's joining us?
Hello,
We have
Menthonso.
That's
Wild
a wild
Menthonso.
Menthonso.
Have I
Donzo.
Have I just broken the way everything looks? I think
Yes.
I
Yes, you
kinda
have.
You have.
You
Oh.
royally
Hang on.
have.
Not that one.
Well, while he fixes that, I want to agree with Str8 and just say that honestly, for anniversaries, I don't really unless it's a super major one, like every 10 years or so. I guess like some sort of acknowledgement and maybe an in-game reward wouldn't be too bad, but. For the most part, they don't really need to go all out or just straight up do a half-assed job of releasing something just in what's a clear attempt to capitalize on the anniversary and nothing more. It shows that there is no love for that game or for that franchise if they just want to make a quick buck off a with Mario, with those timed exclusives of were they even remasters or they were just the re-releases, weren't they?
No, they were just they were ports, straight up ports.
Ports. Well, then, yeah, there you go. So it was very much a case of there was no point.
Sorry,
I can say in some cases, developers release half-assed games as a day job.
That's
So
right, yeah.
doesn't matter if it's an anniversary. It's just even more of a reason to do less of a job. Cyberpunk.
Yeah, but this
Some
is
people
the-
do some people do half-assed content for a day job. Reflex.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
that was
Spicy.
Love you, buddy.
Moving on.
He's currently thinking, I'm on a sort of PG rated podcast and we're allowed 1 F-bomb and we've already used it, so I'm saving it up for later.
I've used 3. You fuck.
Four.
4 now.
Oh, Jesus.
Not you. Him. He's the fridge magnet. Oh, my tooth.
Oh, I heard
All
that.
right, mate.
Yeah. I've only got 3 left, so got to treat him. What do you want, Menthy?
Came in to say hi.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
nice.
Oh,
Real nice way of
Speaking
saying
very,
hi.
very quickly though, just very quickly on anniversaries, because I just realised the only time that we're going to get a good one is it's the 6th anniversary of The Witcher 3. Well, it just came, and when it came, they gave the official news that the next gen version of it's going to be coming out, where it's full RTX support. Faster loading times, just a way better quality of life. So they're even working with modders and stuff. And as someone who used to mod a lot of games, it's very cool to see that. So yeah, I thought because I just realized, it's an anniversary thing, and that's a beloved game.
Because you used to do a lot of Skyrim modding and stuff, didn't you?
I'm a huge Skyrim and Fallout modder. That's where I started. That's where once I finish my game, I very much hope to go back and eventually work for Bethesda if the all things that have been happening, behind the scenes works out.
Yeah. Not to say too much.
I've alpha tested for Bethesda before, so yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So has literally anyone else that has bought any of their products.
Got him! I did it as part of my diploma in digital and interactive gaming. Yeah, like
cool.
all our students got an invite,
Oh,
and
wow.
we got a letter from the CEO at the end.
Oh, damn, that's pretty nifty.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, unfortunately, the game never made it to release. They kind of canned it.
Oh, sucks.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
that happens
It does suck
sometimes,
because it was a good
yeah.
contender up against like your Fortnite and that.
Yeah, wow. Well, we fork knife. We don't talk about fork knife here.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's just like one of those battle royale games, and it would have been a pretty good contender against those. But yeah, it was a shame. It had a nice art style too. I was a big fan of it.
All right, so let's move on a little bit because we're sort of getting towards the end here. So Flexi, you had something to talk about for our next tournament that you wanted to say one of these.
Yeah. So let's be real. Last couple of tournaments have been a bit kind of wishy-washy. We kind of hadn't really done with, hadn't really worked towards what people had been wanting. Kind of trialing and erroring, definitely a lot of erroring. Trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. Now, for those of you who are new here or don't know who I am, I work for Game On Australia, but I am based in New Zealand, where the real internet lives. And thing is, like, makes time zones a bit difficult, because what is usually a good time for me to start playing games and to organise things is, well, let's be real, breakfast time for you guys in Perth and middle of the day for you on the other side and wherever else your weird half an hour time zone thing is, and whatever it is there. Let's be real, Natty, I'm looking at you. So, I have made the decision, not necessarily around a restructure with the tournaments, but we're going to start doing it what works for you, because I am the minority in this equation. Even though I'm the one that organises them, I'm the one with, the least requirement to actually turn up on the day, providing it all goes to plan and my minions can do the job. So, that said, the next tournament will be running nighttime Australian time. You thought I was going to say the name, got him. So the tournament will actually be shifted to afternoon, evening Australian time, where we've been hearing a lot of words that the timings were a bit shit, and yeah, that shows. The first couple went well. The last tournament we had, which was obviously Magic the Gathering, that ran a little bit later at night, and we did have more people who would have been interested, given the time that it started there. And also given that they were running an actual paper tournament the same day, like literally round the corner. So that didn't work out in our favour. However, the next tournament is going to be Rainbow Six Siege, and it will be in 2 months from now. We're going to be doing organisation pretty much from here till then. Anybody who wants to be involved, you're more than welcome to put your hand up. We can probably find a place for you. We're going to be doing all kinds of things with the GOA partners that we have. Pretty much you name it, we're going to be working towards it. This one's going to be a big one because we're going to be setting it at a time zone for you instead of for me. I'll stop being selfish and suck up one night of late night.
Is this Pro-Am and everything, or what's the plan?
Basically, we're going to be aiming it at Pro-Am, but we will also be having, if anybody wants to try it, you're welcome to jump in. It's pretty much open to anybody, but don't whinge if you get your ass kicked.
So basically like the Valorant tournament.
Pretty much.
Whereas
you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, as a community, we kind of jump in for a bit of fun, just to,
when
get our ass whooped.
When it comes to first-person shooters, get my butt whooped is like a Tuesday for me.
When you say pro, how pro are we allowed? Am I allowed to pull connections and go get some of the best?
Yes.
Way proer than you.
Yeah, and I'm proer than you and Menthy combined. Like, what are you getting at?
If you know people, then by all means. If it's Pro-Am, then it's an open invite to anyone that is a professional or amateur professional team.
Mm-hmm.
So, those of you who are in chat right now who are part of the Game On Australia community, you are welcome to join. Just don't come whinging to me when you get destroyed. Here is me telling you now, it will happen.
What Skittles is
but get in, have fun.
Instead.
Flex, just for those of us who don't actually have the game yet, where's the best place for us to get it? Uplay.
They sell it on the Ubisoft store. It's cheaper there. They also have it on Steam, but don't bother because it just routes you back to Uplay anyway. So buy it at Uplay.
It's about the same price regardless, though.
It's about the same price. There's usually a sale every anniversary. Given that, what we're talking about.
There's a couple of big sales coming up in June. There'll be the big summer sale, I think it is. So you'll be able to pick it up for fairly cheap from Uplay or Steam.
And what is it now, Menthy?
Rainbow Six Siege on Steam at the moment is $29.95.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
I don't have Uplay because I've got too many other freaking launchers, and Uplay don't give you free games like Epic do.
That's true.
I've 100%. I've 100%
So, yeah,
seen it go for about $11 on those Steam sales.
On sales, it's down cheap. Also, check Humble Bundle. They often have, not their subscription one, but they often have big publisher sales every couple of weeks. And here we go. Ubisoft Store, Rainbow Six Siege, right now, $13.20 New Zealand, 60% off for the entry-level one, so 15 Oz, give or take.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jump on that.
Was it 13?
But yeah, jump on.
So about $15,
Next one will be coming
$16
up.
at the moment, yeah.
What did you
Yeah,
say,
there you
Flexi?
go.
About $13 Australian? New
13 New
sorry?
Zealand,
15.
13.20 New Zealand, 15.16 Australian, depending on the day. I don't know.
If it's 13 New Zealand, it's 12.20 Australian. Our dollar's stronger than yours.
Yeah, but I'm stronger than you, so suck it.
Even better.
So just to
Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to help. Don't
Just-
do me like this, man.
get in there then. So this is a PC Rainbow Six Siege tournament.
Correct, yes.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't think it's cross-platform.
Not yet.
Not yet, no. Okay, there you go.
Menthy.
PCMR represents.
So I've got 2 months to
Moving
get a
on.
PC then.
Yeah.
Yeah, or bribe straight to
Or,
borrow his if he's not playing.
or fly over to the eastern states and you can borrow George's.
Ultra Mustangs put in the chat here that it's $11.98 for us Aussies at the
There you go.
moment.
So that's
There you go,
Australian
mate.
version
So-
of it, yeah.
That's cheap. I'm
It's
jumping
cheap.
on that. That's a good deal.
Yeah. Jump on Uplay.
So if you're considering it, do it. It's going
Yeah,
to be a hell of a day. We're going to be aiming it for your time because that's the only thing that we've done wrong. And we're going to make this the next big one because I need a job. No, I'm kidding. Well, I do, but not this.
I'm going to presume it's going to be a Saturday, but there has been a question in chat about which day it's going to be.
Yes, it's going to be a yes. We will decide closer what times work with people's
It'll
personal
be
lives.
either a Saturday or a Sunday. It'll be on the weekend.
Keep an eye, if you're not already, jump on to Game on Oz God Mode or Discord. The Discord, will there be a Minecraft tournament?
What? Like a speedrun Minecraft tournament? No.
first to the last dragon, Ender Dragon.
First to punch a
Orphan.
elder something?
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
I better run.
no, that won't be a thing. Sorry, that choo-choo's just derailed. So, yeah, sorry, keep an eye on the Minecraft tournament. How does that work? Okay, keep an eye on the socials platforms, both God Mode and Discord, and we'll be posting questions to the community, seeing what works for them, if they want a Saturday or a Sunday. Obviously, we're going to work with what the majority want, and it will be up to the others to either make it work or don't. It's your lives. We're not going to force you to be there. If you want to, go for it.
That's it. Sounds amazing.
Easy as that.
Awesome, Flex.
Completely,
Sounds awesome.
completely random off-topic question. Reflex, do you need are you thirsty? I can go pour you a glass of milk if you need it.
Bro, lactose free, please.
Okay. Done.
Cheers, bro.
Amen, brother. Amen. Part of the
Bro,
lactose
you know how we were
club,
talking
yeah.
about farts earlier? Let's
Yep.
fucking roll.
We also
what?
got a question in chat. Sorry, guys.
That's what I was
Go for
about to
From Jake.
to.
Oh my good. I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to call you
No.
Jake. Do you race on iRacing, and what wheel do you have?
So,
We do
Gamma
have a
does.
couple of iRacers with us. Gamma in the community is one. Butler, he's pretty well known in the... Yeah, thanks, Eriond. Butler, he used to be a part of Lightspeed Esports. He was the Lightspeed Esports manager. He does a lot of
Oh,
iRacing. He raced in I think it was the online Le Mans, a whole bunch of different races. So there is
lucky.
there is a fair few people in our community and a part of GOA that do a lot of iRacing.
And Jake, I'm getting back into iRacing after a bit of a hiatus. The gear I use at the moment is the Logitech G29.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think I got the same one.
Yeah, just like your entry level stuff. I haven't got the gear stick yet, but it's a great way to get started on iRacing if you're looking to get into it. So and they're not that expensive either. So like in the scheme of things.
Yeah, on the scale of how high you can go, it's,
Yeah, and they're
You're
a
good.
good wheel. They're a good setup too. Like the force feedback and like your steering lock is just brilliant. I swear I'm driving my own little road car.
nice.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Ulstra, I will. That's a my stream question. We'll talk on my stream tomorrow. That's all.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, we're getting close to the end there, but there's one very important thing we've got to do. So we do ask the GOA members every month, every podcast day, some questions if they want to ask us any questions about it. And Blue's come up with one this week, which is, what are your thoughts and recommendations for Game of the Year with all the bangers coming out recently?
Whoa. As the person that is hosting this podcast currently, Str8,
Yeah.
I believe you have missed a very, very crucial part prior to the big question being asked. am I correct?
Well,
I
we
always
can
wanted
do
to be a
that, we
part
can
of
do that
this.
if you
And
want.
you've got a backup singer right next
Yeah.
to you, so I think we
Technically
need
not a
to.
big question.
We thought he was getting out of it.
But if the crowd, hang on, let's do I have? Oh, let's see if this works.
You're not getting out of
It's
this
been
too
so long since I've heard
no,
this.
I have a button set up on my Stream Deck that used to play it, but I must have moved the file and it's not working at the moment.
Do it a cappella.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Big.
Ah, it's that one.
Yeah.
Big. Question! It's the bloody big question! Do.
There we go.
I'll pay it.
Well played.
It was a good effort for a last
Well
minute.
done, guys.
No
Well
rehearsal.
done.
Next time we'll rehearse.
Yes.
More fun when there's no rehearsing. Off the cuff. But yes, so
So,
Blue Streak.
Game of the Year, hey?
Yeah, Blue Streak posted, what are your thoughts and recommendations for Game of the Year with all the bangers coming out recently? So basically, what's your Game of the Year so far?
I don't think I've even played any new games this year. Just updates to old games, to be honest. Flexi?
Well, I'm not going to be the meme lord that I usually am and say Cyberpunk.
That
I
even
did
come out
enjoy
this
it.
year? I thought that was last
It-
year.
No,
No,
I know,
it
but it
counts
does
for
still
this
apply
year.
because it's on the cycle for this year's Game of the Year.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it was out after last year's and applies to this one. So, I'm not going to say it is because it was a good game. I really enjoyed what I played of it. I didn't hit too many bugs, but whatever. As for Game of the Year, I don't know. I want to say My Little Pony Adventure Club, but I can't say it and mean it because I don't own it.
It is hard.
In short, I have no idea, dude.
Yeah.
Are you serious? I don't know.
It is
Share
hard
it with your
because-
Dad Simulator 2.
and,
It's on Steam. Check it. It's a
Yes,
thing.
it
Share
is.
it with your
It
Dad
is.
Simulator. I've played it on stream.
It is hard though because like Zulu, who's one of our writers here for Game On, has said a number of times with everything that's went on in 2020, so many of the AAA games have either been pushed back or not announced. So there's been quite a drought of AAA games at the start of the year. But that said, there's been a few pretty cool little indie games. Like I quite liked Fights in Tight Spaces. That was the card based game where the cards moved your bloke around the little arena and had to take out the other enemies that were in the room. That was quite good fun. Outriders and probably Mass Effect are the two big AAA releases, but Mass Effect was a remaster, so I'm not sure that counts.
Just looking as a quick Google search, you've got Resident Evil Village, Returnal, Mass Effect. Apparently, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, the Legendary, kind of falls into that category. Hitman 3, the new Pokemon Snap, Biomutant, Super Mario 3D World, Halo Infinite, a whole bunch of good stuff. But there's also some good indie ones on there. I saw Little Nightmares 2. I've seen Little Nightmares 1. That's a really cool game, really unique, kind of weird game. But yeah, Little Nightmares 2 falls under that. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Also, Halo Infinite's not out yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently it's
Hitman
up for-
3.
Hitman 3, yeah.
Hitman 3. Absolutely.
From what I've seen, yeah, I'd go Hitman 3 as well.
So far.
So far, yeah. That could be like a really good one come out that, yeah, I'll change my mind on. I mean,
The
Star
fact that
Wars
you
normally
get-
rates pretty high up there for me naturally, but
The fact that when you buy Hitman 3, they give you the entire story that is the Hitman reboot saga, right the way back to Hitman 1 and 2. If you have 3, they give you all 3, so you can sit down and play the whole lot in one go if you want to.
that is so
wow.
cool.
The guys who did that IO Interactive, they're very good for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think-
Oh, that's.
However, IO are now making a James Bond game.
Ooh, that'd be
This
interesting.
is the last Hitman game they're doing. That was the last one. They've put the Hitman franchise aside. They're now doing
Okay.
James Bond.
Well, mine have yet to come out. I've got two that are basically on opposite ends of the spectrums. The latest Tales of game, Tales of Arise, comes out in September. I'm very, very excited for that one because it goes full open world and it has this pastel color scheme to it that just looks absolutely fantastic, and I know I'm going to put a lot of hours into it. And
Almost like a Borderlands kind of color scheme.
almost, yes, but it still retains that anime feeling to it. But it looks
What was it called?
Tales of Arise. It looks absolutely beautiful. And then my other one that I'm very excited for, and I know it'll be good based off the first one, is Dying Light 2, which actually has
yes.
a full-on announcement thing tomorrow. So if you're very into zombie games and stuff like that, I'd very much recommend checking out. I think tomorrow, late afternoonish, they're doing a stream and they'll show off all the gameplay, the story, characters, and most importantly, when it's coming out. And they've confirmed it is this year.
Yeah, cool.
Interesting.
I'm looking around the podcast here, and I'm realizing there's not really a lot of PlayStation people in here, because I think PlayStation's had a couple of releases this year.
I'm a PlayStation guy. Yeah. Returnal, from what I've heard, is fantastic. Final Fantasy 7 Integrate, which is the PS5 version, which includes an additional story chapter for Yuffie to be introduced.
Just quietly, I'm not happy about that, because I was reading today. I know because the Final Fantasy 7 Remake was 1 year exclusive to the PlayStation and it would come, but apparently with the release of Integrate, that reset the 1 year.
It hasn't reset it. So that's Integrate itself. So Integrate itself is its own timed exclusive. It has theoretically pushed it back, but it's funny you say that because we've just got a bunch of Final Fantasy leaks and stuff coming out. So I would very much say wait for E3. We're going to find out once and for all, or it's going to be confirmed that Final Fantasy 7 will be coming to Xbox and
from what I was reading,
PC.
they were still like January away for Xbox. And
they're going to at least announce / tease that it's coming to not only Xbox, but it could be coming to Game Pass Day 1, which will be really exciting. And then so I'd say wait until E3 to find out for that one.
Well, yeah.
Okay, because that's not far either.
Yep. Ratchet and Clank also comes out in June, and that looks like actually really fantastic. That's the Insomniac guys. Oh, they did have Miles Morales technically counts as a this year release, and that was
from what I heard,
that was a beautiful
it was
game.
More like it was sold as a standalone game, but it was more sort of DLC for.
It is a little bit smaller in story scope. It's only about 8 to 10 hours max, and it's the same map, but it's been so much more like lifted up from the ground on the PS5, and it's just it's fantastic.
So short answer is we don't really have a game of the year so far from anybody, but it does sound like there's a whole heap of titles coming up, so it'll make game of the year, the end of this year, very interesting.
Yes.
There's a lot of solid contenders.
But
it'd be interesting to see.
But I think that'll be it from the podcast crew here tonight. Thank you for joining us, Menthy and Reflex from the Game on Oz stream team, as well as
Thank you,
being
Devin.
our tournament officer, and Kaiju-Kai and HeckBirbPlays for joining us from the GOA Members Club. So
Thanks for having me.
if you missed it earlier, the GOA Members Club is a paid subscription service that we have, where you get access to things like this. You can jump on the podcast. You get access to mentoring program that we run with the GOA staff as well. You get discounts from our partners from like Lenovo Legion and Pentanet, which we'll be seeing some stuff from them very shortly. So there's a whole heap of benefits that you can get from that. So
free entry and save spots in tournaments like the upcoming Rainbow Six Siege tournament,
and
Yes,
I
ma'am.
believe free entry to live events that we had, like the Adelaide meetup that we had over the weekend as well. So lots of good benefits for only $11 a month, and $1 of that goes to a charity as well. So yeah, definitely
Makes
worth
it very
doing.
worthwhile.
But yeah, but thanks everybody for tuning in. Oh, sorry, do you have something, Hippo?
Just another question for Flex with this Rainbow Six tournament. Which version
Yes.
of the game do we purchase?
There's
There's
more than
actually-
one.
It doesn't
there
matter.
is.
Each version of the game just gives you additional operators to play with. That can still
right,
be
yeah.
unlocked if you play the game. You just
Yeah,
get the in-game
yeah.
currency.
Okay, so for example, if someone were to purchase the deluxe edition, it's
No,
different,
that'll
it's
be
just
fine. That'll be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
awesome,
Sorry, I thought it
awesome.
was like.
Just for those
no.
those out there that want to download and take part.
No, it doesn't matter what version you buy. It just means you've got more stuff to play with.
Yeah.
I'll need to look into the actual server side of things and whether or not you wanting to use an operator that you've got out of the
In
premium
custom
edition is
games?
going to stop.
In custom games,
Yeah.
you can set it up so anyone can use any operator while they're in that lobby.
You'll be fine.
Awesome.
We've got a couple
You'll be
of months to sort out the nitty-gritty questions anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
it's just
all-
like for anyone out there that wants to jump on the sale and they want to take part in this tournament later on, just to confirm what we're doing with that.
Awesome.
I like
Now's the
Big
time. Ubisoft sponsored me. I've just got you 254 more sales.
Cool, but yeah, thanks for everyone joining and for watching or for listening if you're listening to the podcast coming out on Friday. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you.
There you guys.
But
Bye.
Don't forget to save.
don't forget
Don't
to
forget
save.
to save!